Hello, it's amazing to see you all here. And today I want to share you the story how we decided to transform our processes to Scrum. And first of all, I want to check audience. Do you know what Scrum is? Hands up, who knows? Okay, well, who love it? Okay, I hope after this talk you'll all love it and with me. And I want to share with you a little bit story about a little bit. I want to tell you a little bit about myself. Now I am a CTO at Practicum.com. Previously, CTO is some big Russian companies, and usually I'm talking that I have been implementing Scrum for 10 years, and every year I have a talk about how Scrum awesome, how I understand Scrum now, and after that, in the new year, I'm telling that my previous experience was extremely flawed. I didn't understand Scrum before, and just now I'm understanding it well. I will share with you how it works. And I hope the next year I will have the next presentation about how Scrum is awesome and why it's awesome and why my previous experience was wrong. But let me tell you about a little bit about Practicum.com. Do you know what Practicum is? Who knows what Practicum.com is? Okay. Oh, good. I think half of the people. And Practicum is it's online part-time learning bootcamp. It's a place where you can start learning a new profession like data science, data analytics, software engineering, etc. And it's mostly reskilling when if you go, driver or something else, you can change your skill. You can go to the IT, and it's your first step, first start. And we mostly concentrated on the people from another specialities. We have our own online learning management system. It's a big system where we describe how it's good to be a programmer, how step by step we're learning you about your job, what about the programming languages and other things. And we have very interesting online coding practice system. You don't need to install Python, Java on your laptop. You can practice it online in browser, and I think it's our main feature, main idea. And now Practicum works in more than 10 countries all around the world. USA, Latin America, Malaysia, some countries in Africa, Indonesia, a lot of countries. I don't remember all of them. And today I want to tell you a story how we decided to change our processes because it was very difficult to develop such a big project for a lot of countries without any processes that we have before. And we talk a lot about how to change our processes, and we met with a company who were implementing in Scrum and have training for us, and all team were inspired by Scrum, and we decided to start from first very important thing. And I saw that a lot of people, and you voted that you know what is Scrum. Let's check it. In Scrum, we have 3 roles. Do you remember them? Which roles we have in Scrum? Okay. Yeah, we have 3 roles: product owner, development team, and of course Scrum Masters. And we started from hiring Scrum Masters to implement Scrum in our team. And then there appeared Lady Mira. Sometimes we want to rename her to Lady Jira. Sarcasm woman, and of course Miss Follow-up. Yeah, it's some jokes, but I could not add some slides with our girls because they're a very important part of our job. And I told you that I usually have talk about how to implement Scrum. And some years ago I have talked about, I read the article and found this rule. And at that moment I understand. Okay, now I understand everything, and I want to share it with everybody because it's a rule triple F, and it's very important triangle. I hope you all know about it because in any moment you can fix 2 items in this triangle. Yeah, And usually you have fixed time, you have fixed budget for your team, and for example, you have only 5, 6 developers, and that's all. You can't increase it, unstoppable. And one thing that you can change, it's only scope. It's the amount of work that you have to do. But let's close your eyes. Yeah? Okay, close your eyes, yeah. Imagine the product owner who come to business and telling, okay, we can't do everything that we committed for. We will do in a half. Imagine? No? Me too, because it's impossible to imagine product owner like this. Because usually product owner comes to the team and tells him, hurry up guys, we have to finish it in time. We committed for it. And team usually understand, yeah, it's a good guy, we have to help him, and let's lose quality. Because everything that team controls, it's a quality. And team losing quality and do everything on time, and as a result, product owner think, if I push them, they work faster and better. I can push them every time. And he pushed him, he got promotion, going to CPO role to another company, and something else. Team demoted, team burnout because they have a lot of tech debt, a lot of problems in their product. They're losing quality every day. They hate their job. I think you know what I'm talking about, yeah? And I want to add one more F to this slide. We need 4 F. Because fixed time, fixed budget, flex scope, and lose quality. Yeah? But my talk about to change this F, not this variance of F, but to the fabulous quality, fantastic quality. And Scrum helps you to create good quality. And I will share you 7 steps, 7 different ideas how we increase quality in our product. First of all, it's DOT, D-O-D, definition of done. Who knows what is it? Okay, I think 10% only. Okay, it's a very important thing because it's a thing how we understand that we finished our task. How we understand that we did everything well and with a good quality. We never can finish any tasks until we checked all elements in our checklist. In that checklist, you can have it something like right documentation, right unit tests, right integration tests, everything that you have to do. Change deployment process if you need. Everything would be in checklist. In each task that you have finished, you have to check everything, and that moment you can, okay, that work is finished, I can start the new job. That's very important thing. The next thing that I wanted to tell you, do you know previously when we work in a different process, we have backend team and they do some work. After that, we have front-end team, and they work together and they share information between each other. It was really completely very easy. But when we separate team to cross-functional team, like it's well in a Scrum, we lose coupling between backend developers, between front-end developers, and as a result, we have to create a place where they can share their knowledge or something like this. And we created community for different parts of our departments, for backend, for frontend, for Q&A, and others. And one of the most interesting things that we do during our community, for example, it's live coding sessions. We had very interesting experience when we decided to go to TypeScript. We have now enough experience in our team, and we have very interesting sessions when we found exercises about TypeScript, and whole team sitting together and trying to solve this exercise. We shared information between each other. We tried to solve difficult problems. It was very helpful for team growth. The next things that we added, it's open retrospectives. In Scrum we have retrospective event, and after each sprint, team meeting together and talking about what's going wrong, what's going well, and they create action items. But sometimes team could not solve some problems, and we have a retrospective for whole Practicum development team, and different people come to that and share their problems, and we're trying to solve them for all company. And it works well. We solved a lot of problems with it, and I think it's very important when you work with Scrum in a lot of teams, in different teams. We created our own maturity model. We have separate blocks in it. For example, about the Scrum, about backend development, front end, about quality, about everything. And in the blocks, we have a question about how mature this part. And every quarter, each team has their own self-assessment, and they're checking where they are and how they can grow during the next period. And they choose their way, how to grow, how to be more maturity team. And it's helping our teams grow, yeah. One of the things is the trainings for product owners, for product owners mostly, yeah. And we have very interesting result of this training. After one of the training, our product owner asked, "Why did not you automated this process?" And the team answered him, we came to you the previous sprint, asked to add it to the backlog, but you told us that it's not very important right now. We have other problems, and you did not have time for us to automate it. Oh, now I understand why it's important, and okay, now I can add it to backlog. And now it's very easy to talk with our product owners in the same language, and they understand why technical depth is so important and why we have to add it to our backlog. We fixed our process of incident management because we had a lot of problem with stability when we switched to Scrum, because previously we have, the development team was leaders of a backlog, and they do everything what they want, and they usually fix the bugs, they trying new technologies, everything what they want. But in Scrum, we mostly concentrated on the product problems, and we lose some stability, some reliability in our system, and we have to implement strong incident management. After all incident, we write a long story about postmortem, what's going wrong, and add action items to backlog too. I think I have to do one more talk about our incident management process and come to our next meetups. I will share about it too. One important thing that I really like mostly, it's engineering practices. It's a story about trunk-based development, for example, test-driven development, and a lot of others, continuous integration, continuous delivery. But I like pair programming and more big swarming, you can call it like you want. And I'm really happy with my team, because after the first trying of pair programming, now you can come to our office and see people sitting together and trying to solve problems together. And it works very well, because pair programming, it's sharing information between different people. It's helping to think. This usual joke about yellow dogs that you have to speak, but you have real people around you. You can speak together, and you can solve any problems much more faster. And the last but not least thing that we did, it's a transparent grading system, and all people understand how he can grow, what they have to do to go to the next level. And of course, we added some elements to our grading system that describe that you have to be good in quality, you have to have talks in audience, you have been known in a community, you have a part of open source and something like this. And that's 9 elements that I have to tell you about how to do your Scrum much better. And as a result, I hope you see that in a Practicum we have very good processes, we have a very good team, and of course we are hired. We can talk with me, with Victoria, that was presented before, and some guys in audience here from Practicum too. We can ask them about the work in a Practicum. And thank you, Vala.